Check, check, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, what's happening out there, everybody? This is a little top. Thought I'd just check in with you this morning, give you a little Sitrep of what's going on in this world. Now, we all know it's a bit of a hot mess, but at least this way, we'll all be on the same page as we roll into our day. Hook. Now, I scrolled through all the major, well, not all the major, but some of the major news sources so we get a good wide berth of information, Hook. Because I got to be honest, if you look at any one and only that one, then you're really not getting a real good picture. So I went over and I looked at CNN and I looked at Fox and I looked at BBC, because these days you almost got to step out of our bloody country to be able to look back at ourselves. I didn't go to Al Jazeera just because we got a lot of past, Hook. So let's go ahead and run through here. The biggest thing on everybody's mind is Afghanistan. Am I wrong? So we continue U.S. forces on the ground near the airport, still trying to get people, both U.S. citizens and U.S. allies, out of Afghanistan. Well, this is going to have to drive on. We can't just leave people on the ground who have supported us throughout this entire war. Now, I know a lot of people are like, well, we just got to get out of there. Well, it's really not just that simple. If we're going to maintain any type of reputation in this world as someone who steps in to help somebody, you can't check out of the party as soon as the beer's warm, Hook. You got to finish what you're going to say, what you said you were going to do. Now, if you go over here, now the Taliban is like, you got till the 31st. If you're still here, there's going to be repercussions. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what, hero, bring your repercussions. Because we got to continue to do what we got to do. And I know our administration is still trying to get people out of there, and we're trying to maybe get a little more time. But the U.S. gave a deadline to the president and the White House saying we got to know, because if we got to be out by the 31st, we got to start making plans to get our own people out who are there on the ground, soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and get the equipment we can get out. I'm hoping that we can at least extend it a little bit to get everybody out of there that should be out of there. You can feel free to disagree with me. That's just a little top things. So we'll see how that goes. In fact, I read one guy said he couldn't get to the airport because it was too dangerous, which I'm sure it is, but he'd rather be shot in the head by the Taliban than to try and do that. Well, my friend, don't say things like that and think that you're just going to, everybody's going to feel bad about where you are, because you may play around and get shot in the head by the Taliban. But just my thoughts on it. I pushed on over to Fox. Had an interesting story. I think Jocko Willing, former Navy SEAL, does a lot of videos and stuff like that. He posted a black and white video on his Twitter, and I'll put a link down below what he did. Very matter-of-factly, that if he was the president, this is how he'd handle it. I recommend you watch it. I really don't have a problem with anything he's saying. The first thing he does is take accountability that this did not go as planned, and said that we will right this situation. He said that if he was the president, he would recognize that we underestimated the Taliban, we overestimated the Afghan army, and we're in a bit of a bind. But I'll let you go over there and check it out. It's actually pretty good. I thought he did a good job. I was going to try and put it on here, but to be honest with you, I couldn't figure out how to get it up and get it going in the middle of this live. Oh. All right, let me step over here just in case. I got to be able to see if anybody's saying anything to me, just in case we need to discuss. Stand by. Looks like we're getting pounded out by people. Let's see. Oh, there's Lavender. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing all right. Oh, we got somebody selling herbal remedies. Oh, you know what, Mary Linda? You just got to stand by. It's ridiculous. What's up, Ruben? I hope you're doing good. All right, last thing let's see, what else do we talk about? Oh, they also talked about China. BBC was talking about China and how our piss poor evac out of Afghanistan maybe just empowered other people in the world, saying, well, look, U.S. is a hot mess. They're not going to be able to help you out at all. Couple things. First, don't underestimate us. Now, granted, we're squaring away some things that happened, but all of us know that if you want to play ball, we can still play ball. China's just taking advantage of this situation. I mean, this has been ongoing. So, but I also think we need to be very careful about where we start dropping in all over the world trying to help out people. And it says the world's like, whoa, U.S., you need to go back in and do this. We got to keep, I'll be honest with you. If you spent any time overseas, what are the numbers, U.S. to other world's soldiers? 200 to 1? You know what? Ante up, boys. It's easy to sit in your air conditioner and talk about what needs to be done. I think you need to ruck up close with the enemy some. My thoughts, but I'm just an old bald cartoon. Oh. Let's see. Let me try and get in here so I can see what everybody's saying. It's a little difficult for me. Stand by. Big thing is, I hope everybody's doing all right. Give me just a second. I'll have a sip off my Joe as we do this. I don't understand why I can't see what everybody's saying here. All right, speak among yourselves. Hey, do this. Type in where you're from down there, what the weather's like. Let me get a Sitrep from that 2 shop. And I really like to hear what y'all's thoughts are. Across the board, both sides. Don't be shy. We all grown-ups here. I'm not going to roast you because I don't agree with you, because I'm an adult and I can agree that we just disagree. Oh, that's kind of the problem. One of the problems going on right now in this good world. Steven says we need more thunder and jizz. Oh, it was the best of times. It was the best of times. Holly in Nashville says it's hot. Yeah, What's up, Limey? Hey, well, we know it's hot. It is hot pretty much everywhere. I think we all need to maybe consider talking to Canada and maybe homesteading some of that north a little bit. Sounds like a good idea until December rolls around. You know what I'm saying? I'd really like to try, if I can, to log on here in the morning and just do these simple topics to talk about. Big thing I need is for y'all to talk back. I wish there was a way that Facebook had it where we could all get on here, like a Zoom call, but it is what it is. I could try and host a Zoom call one morning. If everybody's interested, I could post a link if you think that's something you'd like to do. I don't think anybody said it's cold here. What's up, Steven, down in Australia? Hey, all right, let me get anybody down in Australia, and I do have some followers down there. I'd like to know y'all's thoughts on what's going on with the U.S. rolling out of Afghanistan. I mean, what do you think? So feel free to write it in here, and I will respond after. And maybe tomorrow, I think we need to go run into the COVID conversation. And I know this, I try not to get into super controversial conversations because a lot of people can't just talk with each other and recognize the other one's not a god-awful person. You don't have to agree with me. But I would like to know everybody's thoughts on what's going on with COVID. Their thoughts are on masking up. Thoughts are on the hospital situation. I'm in a position where I get a whole lot more information of what's happening. Doesn't mean you have to agree with me. I'm just telling you that's kind of where I am. All right, Ruben says Indiana weather's not too bad. Ruben said the administration is incompetent. Ruben, I agree with you that it wasn't the smoothest exit, but I have trouble blaming the current administration on a 20-year problem. So, I think we as a collective need to take a look at ourselves and quit peeing on the fence and, and maybe get back to how we used to be post 9/11 or other times in this world. Just my thoughts. Yep. I agree with David. Withdrawal was going to happen. It was never going to be good. Historically, we knew that it just wasn't going to be good. Let's see. All right, well, that's the big stuff. Okay, I got a lot of people chiming in now. We can sit here and BS for a little while. Oh, what else is going on? I know for the past couple years, everybody's been mad at football, because of the kneeling and all that kind of stuff. I'll be very honest with you. I have loved the sport of football since I was a pup. Somebody kneeling for the national anthem, I don't like it. I would never kneel for the national anthem. I don't think I think it's drawing attention to causes they feel like need to be drawn attention to. That's not the way I go. However, it's not going to stop me from watching football. So I'm pretty excited that football's back. I am a fan of the team formerly known as the Redskins, and it ain't easy being a Redskin fan because, quite honestly, we hadn't fielded a team in quite a long time. But things are looking good. Chase Young's a beast, and hopefully Fitzmagic can work some of his stuff. Watched a little bit of the Saints game last night. Tell me what you think of that. I got a lot of friends down there in Louisiana who love the Saints. Love the Saints. I'm curious to know, especially all y'all, and I can say some names, Leighton Pickard, who wanted to get rid of Drew Brees for years. Well, guess what? Your wish has finally come true. Now I can watch you deal with what most of the league deals with, is trying to figure out who the best quarterback is on their roster and how the next draft is going to go. But, just my thoughts. DP Reith, what's up, my man? You know, morning's a lot better. I tried doing this at lunchtime the other day. I got like 4 or 5 people on this. I guess this morning y'all are sitting there drinking your coffee or taking a dump and decided to log in. Let's see where we are. Well, anybody have anything else? Any questions? Corey Bad knows Pickard. Pickard bad all the time. Pickard was bad from Bobby Hebert through Brooks, through Breeze, and you think he's bad before? Wait till this year. It's going to be rich. Just stay away from him. He's a big boy. Lavender says he only watches college football. Well, I watch college football too. It's going to upset some of y'all, but I'm a Vols fan. So feel free to go ahead and talk all the smack you want. Along with the Washington football team, Vols ain't fielded much of a team in the past couple years, but I'm not fair weather. I'll stick with it. Dave wants to, they changed their name. Yeah, well, Washington, apparently they're down to like 4. We're not going to know till next year. So we'll wait and see. I really don't care what they call them. I just hope it's not too ridiculous. I got a feeling that it's probably going to be the Washington Red Wolves. But then somebody said they had a line in saying it was going to be the Veterans or Guardians or something. I don't even know. We'll see. I'll just leave it there. We'll see. But what about y'all? Who's y'all's team? I know my Louisiana friends obviously like the Saints, but any Cowboy fans in here? Feel free to chime in. I'm going to have to go back and look at this video after, and I can try and respond to all y'all's comments. Because I just can't seem to see them here. If any of y'all know how I can run me on here and see what you're saying and continue, well then, let me know. Because I'd like a little bit better workflow so I can talk to y'all more effectively. And let me know about that Zoom call. Would anyone actually want to log in on a Zoom call so then I can just bullshit with you some? Steve wants to know, are there any more EOD missions planned for the cartoon? Man, there's always something planned. It really just comes down to time. And I apologize I haven't been able to turn a lot of the completed animations. But if you keep up with me at all, you'll also see that I'm working with some nonprofits. I'm working with Navy Special Operations Foundation, doing some monuments for their place up there in Norfolk on the Navy base. And it's been busy. It's been busy. So, If you're in the Charlotte area of Veterans Day, I'm going to be out there with all my stuff at a big Veterans celebration that Veterans Bridge Home is having at the baseball stadium. Should be a lot of fun. You can DM me if you want more information for that, and maybe I can put a link down there after this. David says that New Zealand the soccer team changed their name to the All Whites. They wear white shirts. That's why they're called that, but they're saying it's racist now. Yeah, well, people are uber sensitive, and that's happening. Yep, that's happening. Reith wanted time and dates for that veterans thing. Okay, I'll put it down here. I'll find all the information, and I'll put it in a post. What's it like down there in Australia, Stephen? Oh, I will say this as far as the EOD stuff goes. I'm working with organization that's going around basically the entire U.S. for a year and interviewing old EOD techs. And they're going to put a documentary together about it. So I'm going to be talking with him about what he's doing. It's very interesting. And I want to be very clear, I am not an EOD tech, never was. Obviously, my brother was. Y'all know the story, Thunder and Jizz, and all that kind of stuff. But the only reason I get started, we do a whole lot of EOD stuff is because EOD asks. So if any Army units out there that want to talk about some stuff, I'm down. I've even sent in a couple of cartoons, just still cartoons to different organizations, but nobody wants to buy it. Apparently, not everybody thinks I'm as funny as I think I am. Certainly not my wife, but... Well, alrighty, guys, alrighty. I'm going to wrap it up. I feel that second poo coming on, so I'm going to go ahead and step out of here. Y'all have a good day. I will try and do this more regularly, because it's good just BSing with you a little bit, I will save this video off. I'll post it over to YouTube as well, and I'll try and get some of this information y'all had asked for. All right, anybody got any questions? Just write them down below. All right, y'all drive on, Rangers. Low top out. Now if I can figure out how to get out. It's a complicated world. Let's see. All right, y'all take care.